Oh shit, he actually killed. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
That's actually
You're asked by an anime cosplayer like this. The shame of it all. The shame of it all. So that's a quick little whoa, buddy, about Amos Yee.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you to
Fuck
Fresh
him.
Propoise. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate you, bud. All right. Very fun.
Now let's get into our Styx Hexenhammer segment. So we're starting off. We're just going to quickly have a look at Styx's social blade here.
Okay.
Let's just have a little look at this, Andy.
No.
So in the last 30 days, Tarl's losing on average 133 subscribers a day.
No.
He's lost over 4,000 subscribers this month, and he's down to only 240,000 views.
Oh. Just quit, bro. There's no point, dude.
It's over, buddy. If you go to like his main social blade and you want to just do it quick and let's look at the graph. And then we're going to explain to you guys how this has happened. Why he's in the gutter so badly.
Hang on, I have to find his actual the full
it's Styx Hexenhammer
URL.
666, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just completely done. Like he's making maybe $20 a month
It's the 666
on YouTube. He hasn't been live streaming in months. He took 3 weeks away from the internet because his laptop was broken. Have a look at this. Look at this graph.
Why
bro.
continue?
Look at the collapse, man. Look at the views monthly. Just off a cliff.
Oh,
the subscribership, he hasn't had a positive month in like a year. So his career is dead. Like he's gonna need, this is the thing, he's on the run from the law. It's right. So we're gonna kind of take you through, because a lot of the new viewers don't know what happened with Styx Hexenhammer. But if you're, A-log and quartering, you probably are familiar with Styx Hexenhammer. You might have seen him in passing on Jer's show or just in the general conservative space over the last decade or more. He's been a pretty constant fixture. And so Mikey No More actually dug this up. This is like the peak of Styx's life. This is where he was doing the best I think he ever did in life. And he talks about a path that he didn't want to go down and how he's changed his life. And sadly, every single thing that he said he wanted to avoid in this clip has become his life. Wow. Let's have a look.
Okay. And by the way, for anyone who's new here too, we will be doing Jer in a bit. We always start with these Whoa Buddies. We usually do. So here we go. This was his old co-host, right? For like a year, a year and a half, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. And Jer bailed him out of jail.
Oh my God.
So this is shocking for people that have seen Styx recently.
Is that
but for those of you who
like?
haven't seen him in a while, yes. This was when he actually had fixed his life. He was completely sober. He wasn't drinking. He wasn't doing drugs. He was eating right. He was actually wearing human clothes, if you can believe it.
Wow.
Like he's actually wearing a shirt. At this point, he was showering. He was grooming himself.
And look at his desk. It's shining.
I know.
He used
look at how clean
on the
it
desk.
Is. It's tidy. Like there's order and organization to this man's life. He's married at this point to a really hot woman. He just impregnated her. Yep. He's going to have a kid shortly. And he's basically like, listen, I've changed my life. He's admitted to all of the fuck ups he made in the past.
Yeah.
And he's dedicating himself to a new direction. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's check this out, man.
All right, everyone, it's time for a bit more personal of video. First and foremost...
let me just lower you and raise desktop audio. Give me one sec.
Styx Missing Tooth for 5 subs. Ooh. We got Steak Toast for 10,000 kicks. Saying, whoa, buddy. Threading the Sneedle for 5,000
Thank
kicks.
you.
Surprised Nathan Fielder hasn't got any love on this show. Funniest Canadian of all time, except maybe Norm. Yeah, Nathan For You is a funny as fuck show.
I don't know who that is, but go
You
ahead.
never seen Nathan For You, where he goes in to fix these small businesses with like a convoluted scheme? It's a pretty funny show.
but I'll
We
have to
got
check it out.
Light Bulb Head for 5,000 kicks. Says it's fill time, baby. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of fill. We got Jay for 5 subs. We got Fed Next Door for 1,000 kicks. Sir Hadrian for 500 kicks.
Let's go.
As well. Ancient Madness for 5 subs. The Fed Next Door for 25 subs.
What the fuck?
Big support. Let's go for 25 subs.
Wow, thank you guys.
Lambeers for 5 subs. Dirty Coin for a sub. Casino Rat for 2,000
God
kicks.
damn, let's
Mr.
go.
Babar for 2,000 kicks. The Way She Goes, Bud for 1,000 kicks. Raw Quarter Pounder for 500. Beetle Pimp Green for 5 subs. Jameson with the sub. Gundam Pilot Mitchell for 1,000 kicks. Adderall Dependent for 10 subs.
Yo, let's go.
Spivmeister for 5 subs. Joseph Vegas for 5 subs. It's a me him for 25 subs.
What the fuck? Let's
I didn't even
go.
see all these come in. Holy shit.
Like we were
Raw
yapping before
Quarter
the show
Pounder
started.
for 1,000 kicks.
Thank you guys.
Xanath for 2,000
Damn.
kicks.
Not even Freebird.
Mr. Babar for 5 subs as
Thanks.
well. Tons of people following. Cambridge Police for 500
Hundreds
kicks.
people today.
Fun
Hundreds.
Young, Render House Reel, Jelly King for 1,000 kicks. Says, I forgot how Styx used to be able to talk like a normal human being. Mind blowing. All right, let's have a look
And you
at
know
this
what's crazy
clip.
too? I'll just say one thing real quick. It's funny how we were flagged, right? The cathedral was flagged.
Yeah.
We're just down 1,000 viewers, maybe. Because everyone
Yeah.
knows. Everyone's
Well,
spreading
we're
the
not
word.
even in the main event segment. yet.
Exactly. So let's go. And we'll do Freebird on the main event. Okay, let's go.
So let me preface this by saying I'm not interested in giving out people's names and personal info.
Listen-
It's not
listen how fast
necessary, and
he's
I don't
talking.
particularly find it proper when people do that because this is the internet. What's the point?
He sounds so different.
I know. Well, you notice he had his teeth here as well.
Yeah, his teeth are look clean. His hair is clean.
First and foremost, I would say this. I am happily married. I looked back at the life that I had been leading for quite some time prior to my marriage, and I was unsatisfied with it. I was a drunken wreck for a
He admits it.
Oh.
He has alcohol issues. He was a drunken wreck. Alcohol was destroying his life. He repented of it. He was on the straight and narrow. He was sober. You can tell he's sober here, right? And it's just sad. Like, it's the alcohol, just like with quartering, just like with Ralph, Ricada, so many other instances. Alcohol, just can destroy your life. Like, it seems like it's just, harmless fun. And it can be, right? But when it turns into, from once a week to twice a week to every single day to, getting blackout every day, it quickly spirals into a nightmare. And all these guys went down a similar path. It's sad.
I would say alcohol is one of the most dangerous drugs because it's so socially accepted.
It's so accepted. Yes.
And in fact, remember when I was I just started quitting alcohol? We were at the keg. Remember when I told the lady I wanted a Coke? And she's like, no alcohol today? Remember?
I know.
And you were like,
well, and she was like,
insulting about it.
Yeah, she was insulted, like thinking we were like Mormons or something like that was like the vibe I was getting, right?
Yeah, and I was sorry, I just don't want to drink alcohol. Like, is that okay? What the and that's what happens,
A lot of it, and also kind of neurotic. Some of you did pick up on this. There's a reason why I gained weight there. It was the booze. It had nothing to do with too much food. Anyway, during that period of time, there were times when I was unfaithful to those that I was with. Now, in full admission here, I'm not sure that anyone would be surprised at that necessarily, but that did happen on several occasions. I've already talked to people with regards to that, and I've already apologized.
It's unbelievable watching this.
Some of these people have sort of accepted it, and others
Oh my
not so
God.
much. Number two, I'm living a good life. What I have done is I looked back at my drunken, stupid self, and I decided to make a change. And I decided that because I didn't want to wake up at 40 with cirrhosis.
And he actually did then wake up at 40 with cirrhosis. Like, he's telling everybody that he's dying, his liver's failing, he's going blind, he's having strokes. Now, a lot of this is, and he's saying this to try and get out of going to jail. But if you just look at him, obvious, and you'll see in a second, if you haven't seen him in a while, you know, if this is the Styx that you remember is the one on screen now, you'll see it's obvious to see that he's clearly suffering the health effects of his alcoholism, right? And you know, here's this guy. He's like, I was at a crossroads, and I've tried to make a decision to live a better life, and it all just fell to shit. And he fell
was
into
after
all
his
of the
divorce.
exact same mistakes that he laid out. Yeah.
It was a divorce, right? I'm assuming his divorce was caused by him drinking and cheating on his wife or something.
Yeah,
along
which
those
we're
lines.
going to go through like a
timeline.
accelerated, very brief overview of his downfall before
Yeah.
we cover his actions in the last week.
It's
It's
tough
not
to
going to be
watch.
exhaustive today. It is. It really
It's
is.
tough to
Yeah.
watch, I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't want to wake up at 50 completely alone. I
Now
didn't
he's
want to
completely
wake. I didn't
alone.
want
It's
to
actually
get demented
sad.
from drinking too much, or get
Because
fucked up.
Styx used to be a nice, like honestly, he used to be a nice guy when I was like cool with him. It's just like I don't even recognize the person
over so no one
anymore.
would
I
ever
don't.
care about me again. I looked at my life, decided it was on the wrong course, and decided to change. What I want out of life is I want relaxation. I've had enough chaos. I had that for years.
Oh my God.
What I want is the vegetable garden and the little Morky dog and stuff like
Oh!
that. That's what I have with Liz. I'm not sure exactly what else I can do other than, be a good, loving husband and continue with my life. Sort of what it's about.
He was,
I looked
he
at
was
the-
not, in fact, a good, loving husband. He would cheat on his wife on camera with a woman that would eventually send him to prison. But let's continue.
Yeah.
me from before, and I was upset at what I saw. It's terrible when you get to the point where you look in a mirror and you're like, it's not a fun experience. I suggest that everyone seek to avoid it. That's about all.
Yeah, I agree with this Styx.
So now look in the mirror. This is Styx today. This is what he sees.
Stop it.
This is actually what happened to Styx Hexenhammer, guys. He's toothless. He's a rotting pirate bum.
It's not even about just the missing tooth, too. The teeth around the broken tooth
Are
are
rotten.
all rotten and
Yeah,
orange.
it's just
They're
rotten
spiked.
down to
They're
the
spiky,
pulp.
too.
Oh man!
Oh,
So how
my
did we
God.
get there? How did we get from that version of Styx, which we see in this photograph? This was his wife, way out of his league.
It's a bit stretched, by the way. It's supposed to be more thin
Yes.
there. Like, it's just
You
like-
know, his,
you could tell
his
she's-
wife was way too hot for him. He somehow got that prime Dutch, impregnated her, had a child. They were living in Amsterdam together, in Netherlands, right? Everything was going great. And the first real signs of disaster were for whatever reason, he moved back to his parents' house. And it's like, why have you left your wife and child in the Netherlands and you're living at your parents' house? Well, it was because he was having an affair on his wife with this woman, Samantha Keester. So this was really the start of the downfall. This was like the height of Styx's popularity, was this election stream in 2024. This was probably the most money that he had ever made on any single live stream, the most viewers, the most support. And this is where it all started to go wrong. We'll see in this next slide.
We covered
where
this when it was
Yes,
released.
we
remember?
covered this when it happened.
And the
we were
plane
told
flight.
that
Remember the plane
the
flight?
plane flight. So there's a lot of details where apparently he was fighting with some drug dealer in the Netherlands.
Yep.
And he's had to flee the country because there was some drug dealer that was after him. I don't know if this was all like made up or what the was going on exactly, but this was the first real signs of trouble was here, where he was openly cheating on his wife,
And this
groping
was
this woman
with
on
Sam,
live stream. Yes.
We've discussed in thorough detail, but yeah, this was here we go.
This is my darling.
It's like,
Ooh.
aren't you married?
Oh,
Look how
yes.
uncomfortable she removes his hand.
Darling.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh God.
look, he's
Yes.
groping her.
Ooh.
Oh God,
Oh
it's
God.
cringe.
I can't even look at
Yeah.
this. Oh my God, dude.
Oh no.
Oh, slightly.
Okay. So this
Um,
woman, inevitably, it all went to he went to New Orleans with her, got drunk out of his mind in a hotel room, physically assaulted her, and here we see the court transcript where he was found guilty. Domestic abuse battery. The defendant found guilty by the judge. The defendant was issued and signed a protective order. So Tarl ended up serving a couple days in New Orleans prison. He had to do like anger management classes. He was on probation, and there was a protective order where he wasn't to contact this woman ever again or interact with her in any way. Instead, he chose to pay this woman's rent and be in constant contact with her every single day, while he was also living with another woman and cheating on both of them at the same time. This other woman was Nikki, okay? And eventually it all went to because she called the cops on Tarl because he negligently discharged a firearm at her, okay? So if we go to the next slide, we'll see the next criminal issue that he had. Keester explained that her comments angered the defendant, and he proceeded to throw a blanket over her and throw items at her, which she believed to include heavy singing bowls and a magic 8-ball. Keester explained that when she took the blanket off of herself, the defendant, this being Styx, was holding his firearm and had it pointed at her. Styx then cocked the trigger, but advised she did not know much about firearms. Keester stated the defendant told her he would shoot her dead. Keester stated her mindset was if she was going to die, she was going to die. She then stood up and told Tarl to do it, which I interpreted to mean telling the defendant to, in fact, shoot her. The defendant did not shoot her, proceeded to sit down, and Keester went upstairs and cried. The defendant said he was going to leave, and Keester told him he needed to calm down before he did anything. Keester told the defendant she should be calling the police, but she did not. Then Tarl proceeded to sob and pointed the firearm at his own head. Okay? So continuing.
This is actually a crazy story. Rehearing the entire story now, like in one shot.
She stated when the firearm went off, so he accidentally fired the firearm while he was drunk out of his mind. The defendant's parents were downstairs in the basement because he lives with his parents, okay? After the firearm went off, the defendant's father came in the room to ask what happened as he heard a ruckus, and the defendant told his father he misfired his firearm. Keester stated after this, the defendant tried to stand up, but due to his level of intoxication, he was unable to and immediately fell. So he was in violation of his probation as a result of this, and they stacked a bunch of charges on him, negligent discharge of firearms, this and that, and he is facing 16 and a half years. Now, whether he was going to end up doing 16 and a half years, probably not. He was probably going to plead it down. But he refused to show up to court. He made a bunch of excuses saying he couldn't show up to court, whatever. And the judge had enough and issued a bench warrant for his arrest, right? Now, ever since then, he's been on the run from the law. Ever since I'd say about February, he's been on the run from the law because they're just going to immediately put his ass in jail until his next hearing. Now, in between this and that, like he got his teeth punched out by one of the girls that he was cheating on. Nikki punched him in the mouth and knocked out his front 2 teeth. There was a court case for that last week. And because Tarl didn't show up, because the state of Vermont was unable to locate Tarl Warwick, the charges were dropped. And Nikki got away with punching his lights out. Bring it up,
too.
Bring it up, Nikki Dove. Okay, so that's basically the situation with Tarl Warwick. He became a complete fucking alcoholic, got involved with this woman, Samantha cheated on his wife with her, domestically abused Samantha. There was a no contact order.
ILDB.
Even after this woman put him in jail, he still was paying her rent, talking to her every day, simping for her, paying all of her bills. And then he ended up going to prison as a result of that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Now he's on the run from the law, and he's talking about now, so this week, he's now saying he's going blind. Okay.
Wait, BLT Goblin for 10 subs. Let's go. And that's got to be Kane for packing up saying, who calls their kid Tarl? What a stupid fucking name. His parents
somebody
were drunk.
say, how do we leave Stolas out of the story? So,
oh my God, how did you miss that?
So Tarl doesn't believe in Jesus. He is like a Satanist, but not really, because he doesn't worship the devil. He worships a demon, an owl demon named Stolas, that he claims that he's had a pact with since he was a small child, and that Stolas would visit him in his dreams and stuff like this, right? And he claimed that he sold his soul to Stolas a few years ago. And ever since he sold his soul to Stolas, it's been going really bad for Styx Hexenhammer. You know?
This was who names their kids Tarl? What a stupid name. I'm convinced they said Carl instead of Tarl.
It turns out that Tarl Warwick's father, we just learned this from like going through some internet autist or detective, went through the newspaper archives back to the 80s and found out that Tarl's father was convicted of all sorts of weird sexual crimes. Like apparently he was breaking into nursing homes and sexually assaulting grandmas and shit like this. Like, it's actually insane. The Styx Hexenhammer drama is probably the craziest Jerry Springer insane drama that we've ever covered on the show. But he's just fallen so far from grace and glory that nobody really cares about him at this point. So, like, I enjoy these segments because he's such a smug, awful, childish piece of shit with Peter Pan syndrome, who burned his entire life down and honestly deserves the suffering that he's going through, in my opinion. But the popular support really just isn't behind his segments because he's just such a bum.
It's fun, though. It's a fun, like, detour.
This is his claim, though, is that he's going blind. He says, I accidentally mixed up 2 video titles this morning because I'm slowly going blind. I can still write, but editing is now damn hard. And if you remember in his video where he was talking about things he wanted to avoid from his alcoholism, one of them was going blind. Now, whether I believe him or not, it's up in the air because he said in January he would be dead in a few weeks. It's now May, and he's still not dead. He asked everybody for thousands of dollars.
It's not blind. He is so drunk, everything is blurry. That's called you can't see because you're blackout. Yes. When anyone drinks a lot of alcohol for a long time, they feel like they're blind because you can't see shit.
But he claimed that he was terminally ill and asked for money for his daughter. And then he just pocketed all of the money and he just kept drinking and is still alive. He didn't die. And he won't even address that now. Like it's very pathetic stuff.
Easy joke, everyone, saying RTU ate his eyes. Yes, of course.
Suffer, Tarl, suffer, bish. Okay, so this is now the state of things this week. Tarl has now removed his pants during videos. And you can see that there's a roll of toilet paper next to him. And there's also a bottle of it looks like in frame. We're going to see the bottle of later on.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Oh, it's right here. It's right there behind the little...
There. But you can't see the label in that particular shot. So here's a better example of what his content looks like in the last week or so. If you look at his legs, you can see the cutting scars. So he cuts himself now because he's like a teenage emo girl. And a lot of the time he wears one glove. And the reason he wears one glove is because there's all sorts of cutting scars on that hand. because he does blood demon ritual sacrifices and like this. Like at one point, he claimed to have killed the district attorney of New Orleans by doing a blood magic ritual. Another time, he claimed to have cursed one of his ex-girlfriends. I'm not kidding. By stealing a used of hers out of the bathroom trash and using that to commit a blood ritual under the full moon to curse his ex-girlfriend.
And Ash, remember? We made a joke about that. And then the next day, it ended up being true.
No, it was actually true that he had committed a blood moon ritual,
like
buddy.
A week later, they admitted it, and we're like, wait, what?
If you look, by the way, at the corner, the left-hand corner, these TV boxes have been there for months now. And there appears to be like a used rag and a roll of toilet paper on top of the discarded TV boxes. Why he can't remove these empty TV boxes from his living space, I don't know. Because right now, by the way, for those of you who don't know, aren't familiar with the lore, he's living with a mentally disabled woman in her New York apartment that her parents pay for. And he's exploiting this woman and manipulating her to be able to stay there. And the parents aren't happy with the situation, but there's nothing they can do other than like stop paying for the apartment and like make their disabled daughter homeless. Also, neck on the bed there, you see he's got like his comb, which I don't think he's ever used because his hair looks raggedy as you see over there. Like he's got his
brush. Yeah, the brush. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, he's got no hair. It looks like there's no hair fibers in the comb.
Yeah.
Meaning it's not used.
Continuing.
Oh, there's
so this is the bottle of it's called Good Enough. Okay. So if we go to the next slide, we'll see the bottle. This is like something out of a parody, like something you would see in a TV show as like a parody of a beer or something like that. It's Good Enough. This is marketed as actually the cheapest on the market. I believe it's only $3.50 to get a bottle of this, to get a 26er of this.
That's
Good Enough vodka.
That's crazy. Like how like, it's so easy to be an alcoholic in America.
Bro. I know, dude, because our cheapest bottle of vodka in Canada is like $26.
Yeah, for a 26er.
Yeah, for a 26er.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
This is what he's doing. He's drinking the bottom shelf Good Enough. And this is his latest video. One key to good health is to expose yourself to filth. Whoa, buddy. Alert. Alert. Cope alert. Cope alert. I actually don't know what the that is. Maybe we'll be able to find out
a cat
in
sleeping?
the video proper, but basically, yeah, I think it's a cat.
Oh, okay.
Basically, Tarl lives in filth and so his cope for why he does that is because it makes it so he can't get sick. In reality, it's just that he's a lazy, unhygienic bum that's depressed and drinking himself to death. But he comes up with these rationalizations as to why it's actually good to live in filth.
Oh, yeah.
It's twisted.
It's so cool, right?
Let's have a look.
There we go.
All right,
Oh, my God. The audio.
everyone. It's time to talk about one of the keys to good health. Now, one of the keys to health, though, is to expose yourself to literal filth.
No,
yes,
it's not!
indeed. This is especially important for children.
No!
Oh my God!
We don't want to immerse children in filth! What is wrong with this guy, man? He's giving people the advice that they should make their children live in filth and dirt. Oh no, man!
That's actually pretty crazy.
Kids
you can kill yourself with booze for $3. That's crazy, dude.
eat dirt. They eat pebbles and like that. And they
Pebbles.
he wants kids to eat dirt and pebbles.
Can't they choke on pebbles?
I've not heard of people eating rocks. You know, what the is wrong with this guy, man?
Isn't that a choking hazard? You could actually die.
Well,
from
yeah,
that. What the fuck?
kids are, oh, it's good for him. They love it.
It makes them stronger.
Play with their
What?
Wait.
Whoa, buddy! What?
What are you
What the fuck is wrong?
What are you fucking talking about?
Wait a minute, Styx! No!
I thought we were off the MOU segment.
Oh my god!
Oh, by the way, we missed a 10,000 kicks from Nasty Boy. 10,000 kicks.
He says, found you guys from the quartering drama. I never liked that guy. You got a fan for life right here.
Thanks, man.
Your high energy content is helping me to make it through 14-hour shifts while I grind. Keep killing it. P.S. More eye zooms on Jer, please.
Okay,
We're actually going to learn some new lore regarding quartering's eye bags that you won't even believe. It's been discovered in newspaper archives from 1993. It's insane. The truth about quartering's eye bags are going to be exposed tonight, buddy. You're going to want to stay tuned. The Kit Chat's just totally up right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's all messed up, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, people aren't able to chat and stuff like this. I don't know what the hell.
I do know they're doing a little bit of updates right now on Kick. They're doing like the chat able to have their own experience bars and leveling up. So they're adding that and all that stuff. So maybe it's just a glitch, or restart the app. Everyone's saying
these things should not be discouraged.
But thanks for the big support. We'll read more super chats in a second, guys. Thank you so much.
He's saying it shouldn't be discouraged for kids to eat dirt, rocks, and play with their. I mean, at least tell them not to play with their ass. Like, I'm not even sure where he got that from. Like, it's whoa.
It's disgusting. And again, thank you, Nasty Boy, for the massive thing. We'll read more super chats in a bit, man. Welcome aboard, and let's keep going.
Filth, garbage. I mean, look at the third world, for example.
Bad example.
I don't think we want to emulate the third world. I don't think we want to become India, Tarl. But this is actually going to tell us that they're healthier in the third world than we are here.
Okay.
Their life expectancies would tell a different story, Tarl. Like, their rates of malnutrition, their mortality rate, their infant mortality rate. Like, it's just a completely delusional take this guy is taking to justify his alcoholic lifestyle of living in filth and depravity.
There are plenty of people that live in the undeveloped world. Lack of sanitation, lack of filtration of the water supply.
Yeah, a lot of them die from that.
Food, hygiene, few regular.
Has he seen India videos?
He's thinking it's a good thing that they live that way because he lives that way.
Okay. Maxing.
Regulations that are actually in the way of cooking and so forth. Kitchen etiquette and so forth. And things like that. Are they all dead? No.
What an argument! What an argument! Just because they're not all dead, that means that it's a good thing? Like, that's crazy, Tarl! This guy's brain is cooked from the booze, buddy. Are they all dead? No.
Are we all dead?
You know, like,
are we all like? Do we win even more? Like, dude, oh my god! I got, by the way, Ash, I got a collection.
Many more of them are.
I have a collection of India videos that one day we'll do an India segment, bro. You're gonna love it.
Do they have parasites? Yes, the parasites are good for you. No, Tarl.
Would you be down for an India segment sometime of the best India videos? I got like 20.
Perfectly
I
healthy.
collect them like Pokemon
and thriving.
Cards.
You hear that?
Doing
you hear that? He said they're perfectly healthy and thriving.
Like, I might have to bust out the India videos.
Higher rates of illness, infant mortality, lower life expectancy. every single category across the board in terms of health, the third world is worse off than the first world. The only area where they're better off is that they're not obese and dying of like diabetes and like heart attacks. But that's it. That's it. That's the only area where they're better off, Tarl. Like,
Well,
this is an insane take.
I was got good. I'm like, do you want to see some India videos? And everyone's like, are you going to show videos of your hometown?
You know?
Fair, you got me, chat.
Perfectly fine. I'll tell you exactly why. When you were brought up as a child, your home was probably sanitized up the ass. It was, you know, sprayed with antiseptic and so forth. It was kept completely cleanly, nifty 50s mode.
What do you mean, like, people only cleaned their homes in the 1950s? Like, I love how he tries to portray this as like some repressive, evil, like Christian, conservative, evangelical, patriarchal concept to have a clean home. Like,
sounds based, by the way.
Or it's something that he says like only rich people can have clean homes. Like, that's an argument that he's going to make in this video. And it's like, that's one things as a poor person that you actually can control. Like, you actually could keep your home clean, you know? But his argument is that everybody should let their house be messy and filthy and have their children grow up in filth because he grew up in filth and he hasn't got sick in 6 years. And so therefore it's proof that that's the way to live. But it's like, look at you.
But you
look
are like always sick. Like, can you get sick when you live sick? When you're like this, you are always sick.
You never got exposed to some of those pathogens. I'm very, very happy that I was raised poor. My immune system kicks ass, apparently, because, you know...
you just had apparently. You're apparently going blind. You apparently have a terminal illness and cirrhosis of the liver or cancer or whatever. But we're supposed to take our health advice from you? And you look like you're dying of scurvy, man. What the f*** are we doing here? It's like, but being raised poor just because you're poor doesn't mean you have to live in filth. Like, that's just an insane thing he's saying.
It's cope.
And again, I haven't been sick in 6 years.
Look at yourself. Look in the mirror.
That's normal, by the way. And I pound my body like, you know, it's a war zone, basically.
No, we know. That is true. What he's saying, he does pound his...
Basically with, you know, abuse.
By the way, is that a good thing? It's like, oh, hey, guys, I pound my... Like, if you work out, that's one thing. If you hurt your body working out. Pounding your body with alcohol and drugs is not a flex.
No! Not at all!
It's not a flex.
You can roll around in pig shit, basically.
What? His argument is that you should roll around in pig shit for better health? I couldn't even believe what I was hearing, bro.
Oh my god. Like, should you use the term you pound yourself? Sounds like you dildo your own ass, you know?
No, buddy, that's going to be part of his advice, actually.
Wait, what?
No, it is. Why, when we get to the end of the video, that's going to be part of his plan for better health.
What?
Just go out to the pigsty and roll around in it and laugh. It'll be fun, and you'll probably gain a better immune system.
Who's if anything, the best rolling around in pig shit? That's what are we doing?
He's Indian maxing, bro.
Sir, the pig is so yummy, sir. Smells so good, sir. Love it, sir. Hey, we got the sealed for 10,000
Let's go!
Saying Styx is a straight up Nurgle commander, but he needy is, pal. Oh God!
Yeah, what's up?
This advice is gonna kill people. Yeah, just go to your local pig farm and start rolling around shit. Get ready for his next goal. Yeah, Vaselit or Vasil.
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. But holy shit, they have a big drop there.
Thing that you could do for example, your child is to travel around the world and bathe them in sewage or something like that. And
This is his advice for your child, is when your baby is born, to go around to different countries and bathe your child in raw sewage.
Wait!
No, I'm serious.
Don't
Like this.
do that.
Don't do that. They will
Please.
die.
Listen.
It might be a
Listen.
good thing that he doesn't have access to his daughter at this point. Like,
At this point,
whoa.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
he never will.
No,
Really.
no, I'm pretty sure it was never a good idea for the last like 9 months for him to.
country, stuff like that. I was eating dirt when I was a kid.
He eats dirt. He eats dirt.
This is really crazy. I missed the variety
Oh my
shows. Bro. I like
God.
making fun of Jer, but
This is so
it feels nice to
ridiculous.
come back to like.
I
you
don't
know.
think he ever stopped eating dirt, buddy. Look at his teeth. No wonder they're like that.
Yeah, let me,
His teeth have
it's
been
just-
eroded from eating the dirt and the rocks, buddy. Look, because you've heard of kids eating dirt, but Pebbles, look at that! Oh my god! Oh no!
Fuck, that's actually making me sick, dude. It's like, look, oh god, I don't want to say what I was thinking. Oh, when I
I
puke.
was exposed to cat and stuff like that.
What? He ate cat? What? He's been exposed to cat all of his life. Rolling around and eating cat dirt. What? Toxoplasmosis alert! Toxoplasmosis alert! Holy!
Man.
I couldn't believe this shit as I was watching. I'm like, no way he's coughing to this.
I thank the Lord that I don't
He
believe
thanks
exists.
the Lord that he ate catch it. By the way, how cringe. Cringe, like he has to go, I don't believe exists. Like, we know, buddy. We know. It's why your life's turned out the way it has, buddy, because
Yeah.
you worship an owl demon and you eat cat poo.
He has to be so cool, you know? Like,
Oh,
yeah.
too cool for school.
Oh my god.
that happened. Dude, there's pathogens in this room. It
Yeah,
is
I
kept
believe
very
that.
clean.
Why? It's from you.
No, it's not, buddy. He's gaslighting us and telling us this room is kept very clean. Did you hear that?
Yeah, right. There's
Buddy,
cardboard,
those
there's TV.
empty cardboard TV boxes have been sitting there for 3 months, Taro, you lazy Look at the used rag on top of the box.
Remember, he said he showers once a month. Yeah,
That's what like Nikki was saying. Like his girlfriend was saying that he only showers like every 5 or 6 weeks.
Oh my.
It's like,
fuck.
oh man.
That's disgusting.
Well, he
bro.
hasn't changed his clothes in like 6 months, and he doesn't do laundry either. Like,
What a loser, dude.
It is not dirty. It is not cluttered. There's nothing wrong
it
with
is
it.
cluttered.
And then you
It
can
is
get
dirty and
fucked
cluttered. Okay, then his advice is to get in the ass
I mean,
in order to build immunity to like diseases and like. I don't know, buddy. I'm pretty sure that's why gay people have to go on PrEP, because getting up the ass spreads disease. It doesn't mitigate your risk of disease. It's like, well, if you get up the ass, then it's going to be okay. Your immune system.
in the ass.
this has gotten really gay, dude. I
That's
hate
about all.
Carl.
That's about all.
That's all.
That's all. Just bathe your baby in raw sewage and eat cat and dirt and get up the ass. So obviously the comments weren't very positive on this. Taro getting ready to sleep out on the streets and claim it's to build immunity. Taro's really trying to give us.
That's actually really fucking
Well, I
funny.
think that might be the truth of the matter. You
That's
know?
actually really good.
Tarl's really trying to give us health tips with his broken front tooth and zombie-like appearance. Sounds like cope to justify your living space being dirty. Truth nuke alert! Truth nuke alert! Is that why you and your parents leave cat all over the floor. And Murdu here says this is an approach he's clearly an expert on.
This is really.
You know what's one of the worst possible things for your health? Boozing all day, every day. This guy says, Styx, you're a drunk, actually, who wants to be a pirate, and you're acting out like a child. Jesus, dude, do you have any self-awareness of what the folks viewing your content are actually saying? This whole video is I realize you don't actually look at the comments because the folks here keep lighting you up like a Christmas tree. So lame. Your fall from grace is epic, you giant. Please get your together.
I downloaded a game, by the way. That's what that noise was. All right,
Whoa,
ready?
what game was it, buddy?
Forza 6, buddy.
Ooh,
I got the
you're
wheel
getting
ready.
into the Forza 6
I
there.
had to fix the wheel all day yesterday. I was balding, bro, but I had it all fixed up and ready for, for today.
Charles unlocked Steam achievement, Stinky Pirate Bum.
I'm excited.
Then we got Chochon, right? So I'm dirty. That's a superpower. Tarl, filthy pirate alert. Whoa, buddy. I think that's from Cherry. That's Cherry from. That's Cherry from the. I just realized that now. That's Cherry from the Chrissy versus Brittany Venti showdown.
No way, bro.
Oh, ring it up, Cherry
so
Dub. Ring it up.
Dude. Oh my
That's
God.
Kino.
And
And then Lychee Ninja goes, "Is that your excuse Is that your excuse when Mel's parents ask why you haven't showered or changed clothes in months?" And Emily Vermont says, "My favorite soon-to-be imprisoned alcoholic woman-beating child weakling. We're waiting for you, Tarl. You cannot escape."
My God. I want to find that Cherry meme. Hang on.
We got Jared Stretch Trampoline for 5 subs.
Did you see this
and
one?
Which one?
This? Look at that art.
That's great.
Kino. That's
Is
Kino.
that AI, buddy?
No, that's Talva
right.
Cubarda.
We got Lambo Calrissian for a packet up says the heir to this kingdom is born. Prepare the sewage, fecal matter, and to be played with. The snowball ceremony commences on the morrow. And Fishy Bishy for 2,000 kick says garbage pail pirate alert. We got Faded God X for 2,000 kicks. I've been watching the casino for a few years. Best show on the internet. You guys make long shifts easy. Y'all deserve every penny. Keep it up, boys. We appreciate that.
You guys.
It's crazy how many employed people watch the show. You think that this content would only be for the terminally unemployed? But somehow there's enough employed people watching to keep the show going. I don't know how, but
Well,
there
think about
is.
it too. When you're like, when I had like, furniture moving and job and all this, if I didn't have podcasts, I would have died. You know, when I worked at the movie theater, you know what I did? You know how they had the walkie-talkie, right? With like the earpiece to go, I'm going to clean theater 3. I used to unplug the headset and plug it into my iPod. Remember those things? And listen to podcasts. But then the radio went off one day and it was plugged in and the manager was like, "Why is the audio coming through the radio, not your earpiece?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I must unplug." I was scary, dude.
We got Jen Cooked for a rage quit says, "My job is boring as you guys are the only people to keep me sane."
Exactly.
Suffragette,
That's what I was just
Agent
saying.
Orange is gifted a sub, and Swallow Cost Survivor gifted a sub as well. Okay, let's finish
Crazy
off
name.
this stick segment.
Crazy name. All right, let's continue.
Okay. So next up, okay. So Tarl decided to start a scam. Okay. So he's demanding $3,500 to do a funeral for a cat. So he says, "To be clear,
What?
I have not been hacked. I am helping a friend who lost a cat who I also befriend." So if we go to the next slide,
Friend.
he's drunk out of his mind. Like, look at this. Look at what has been written here.
Oh, that's so sad.
Borange was my emotional support. He was there whenever I needed him. He would sit beside me for hours. I want him at peace right now. He is in a freezer.
What the fuck?
They took pity and let me keep him there. I really need money to bury him, so I can go visit him and spend time with him. I need to pay off his medical bills and make sure his brother and sister don't die in the same condition. Any amount of money used will be super appreciated.
This makes you mad as fuck. It's scam.
This is a scam. The cat died in February, right? And has apparently been in the freezer at the veterinarian from February until May for 2 months. And Tarl apparently has no money to get this cat out of the veterinary freezer.
The vet does not put a dead cat in the freezer.
They don't.
They cremate it immediately. Immediately.
It's a total scam. Total scam.
This is disgusting, bro.
It's a dirty lie. It's what it really is he wants money for booze. And they only raised $31 out of the $3,500 goal. Yeah.
By the way, a cat funeral, you would put it in like the backyard in the ground. It's a shovel and like a prayer and like a stick with the shape of a cross.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Apparently the veterinary bills are unpaid. And so the remains are being held by the vet. I don't think that that's the case. You can read this if you